This is Indiana High School Softball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Brought to you in part by Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. The KVB pregame show with Mitch Columbi is next.
The next offering swung on and popped. Deep hit, and it's going to be gone. A big-time home run.
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 Stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Big time
That's the
hit,
game.
and that's going to be a walk-off RBI single. Swung on, chopper to third. Here comes the go-ahead run. It's over the head of the center fielder, and it's a home run.
Oh,
a
my
three-run homer.
Welcome to the KVB pregame show. Now, here is the voice of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
The new era continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, 2 of our area teams clash as the Culver Lady Cavaliers host the Winamac Lady Warriors. This is Indiana High School Softball. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play on the diamond, our sports analyst, Nathan Origer. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. We welcome you to Cavalier Softball Field in Culver, Indiana, 46511. We are back for more as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. Well, as we get ready for our 6th softball broadcast of the 2024 spring sports season, we have talked with both head coaches of the Culver Lady Cavaliers, J.B. Overmeyer and Jenny Belcher of the Winamac Lady Warriors on the Saturday Sports Line. We have seen these Lady Warriors in action a few times already this season, but we have yet to see these Lady Cavaliers from Culver. When we look at the Culver Lady Cavaliers, manager J.B. Overmeyer is in his 2nd season leading the softball program. The Cavs started their season off and had a tough stretch of games. They went 2-8 through the first 10 games. The 2 wins came against Washington Township and Elkhart Christian during that time. Since that time, they have gone 3-4 through the last 7 games. The 3 wins came against Oregon Davis, LaVille, and Triton. The Lady Cavs come into today's contest at 5-12 on the year. Leading the team swinging the bats for the Cavs is Callie England, averaging a .415 at the plate. Right behind her is Aiden Molbash, batting a .400 up to this point. Rounding out the top three is Abby Zahner, averaging a .348 at the plate. As a team, these Cavs are hitting a .280 batting average on 108 hits, 79 runs, 42 RBIs, while striking out 103 times. For the pitching, the Lady Cavs have used 4 different arms through the 92.1 innings pitched. They have an ERA rating of 6.23. They have allowed 166 hits, 159 runs, and have struck out their opponents 105 times. With us this evening, breaking things down and analyzing play on the diamond, we are honored to have Nathan Orger back as our sports analyst. How you been?
All right, Mitch. How about you? It's been a while.
I'm out of breath. It's been since last Wednesday since I have done a broadcast. My lungs are already out of practice. What's going on, man?
I don't know. That's tough. That is tough.
Thoughts on the Cavs?
Well, I'll tell you, I actually just saw them last night when I was doing my PA duties over in North Judson as the Lady Jays hosted the Lady Cavs.
Recon work.
It was a 10-9 game. It was kind of a nail-biter. Anytime you see a score that high, you kind of wonder what's happening. But they kept battling back and forth. I will say, you mentioned that Callie England and Abby Zahner are 2 of the top 3 hitters on the team, and they both had pretty quiet bats last night. So especially against a team like Winamac, if Culver is going to have a chance, they are going to have to expect more out of their team leaders tonight.
A little rain just before the start of the game, maybe
just
5
softens
minutes.
the dirt. Softens, it settles the dust a little bit.
Barely anything, but they are out there warming up right now. The Lady Cavs are, but we turn the page and look at the Winamac Lady Warriors. Winamac manager Jenny Belcher and her Lady Warriors have had a very strong season up to this point. They started their season off at 5-5 through the first 10 games, and since that time, though, they have been on a run, going 10-2 through the last 12 matchups. We talked with Coach Belcher on the Saturday Sports Line May 4th, and at that time, she spoke of the confidence this team has. They've really gained throughout this season, in fact. The Lady Warriors come into today's contest at 5-7 on the year and 3-3 in Hoosier North Athletic Conference play. Leading the team, swinging the bats for the Lady Warriors is Maggie Smith, averaging a .471 at the plate. Right behind her is Izzy Decker, batting a .423 up to this point. Rounding out the top 3 is Michaela Warner, averaging a .381 at the plate. As a team, these Warriors are hitting a .313 batting average on 186 hits, 195 runs, 141 RBIs, while striking out 116 times. For the pitching, the Warriors have used 6 different arms through the 134.2 innings pitched. They have an ERA rating of 2.75. They have allowed 140 hits, 76 runs, and have struck out their opponents 125 times. Thoughts on the Mojo Rollin' Warriors?
It's exactly what you called them, Mojo Rollin' Warriors. I think when we did the game in Winamac where they hosted my Lady Jays, I said the same thing. They just need to go out there and play ball. They are just playing such good softball this season, especially lately. They've built a lot of momentum. They just need to go in there and play softball and not let themselves get hung up on any small mistakes they might mistake and let those snowball into big mistakes.
Well, something that stands out for the Lady Warriors in the times that we've seen them is they can get the runs on you in a hurry. It doesn't, there were a couple games they got it going late. They started out a little slow, but, man, in the few games that we've seen, they have no problem getting runs.
No, they do not.
Well, we are expecting another great afternoon of IHSAA softball action. We appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Taste the feeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Hey, thanks, John. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives with the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. We are lucky to say no injuries to report tonight, as that is your Pulaski Memorial Hospital injury report. Stay tuned. We will hear from Jenny Belcher of the Warriors and J.B. Overmeyer of the Cavs after the break. That's in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care closer to home.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
All right, I am here with head coach of the Winamac Lady Warriors, Jenny Belcher. Coach, you guys are really on fire right now. Last time we talked on May 4th, you loved where the confidence level was at. It looks like it's just gotten even stronger. You come into today against Culver. What do you know about them?
Well, conference game, so we always want to, really give a good performance and do our best every game, but there's more on the line when you play a conference team. So we definitely want to come out and take care of business today and hopefully play well again. Like you said, we've been playing well lately, so that's what we're hoping to do again today. Anything
in particular you want to see from your girls out on the diamond today?
I want to see some good defense. Our defense has been pretty solid lately, and then I want to see us be aggressive at the plate, be disciplined at the plate and be aggressive.
Message to Warrior Nation who may be listening.
Hey, we'll see if we can get this game in. We've had some sprinkles so far, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, and hopefully we can get this in. And if not, listen on the radio. I'm sure you'll be keeping them informed.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Go get them.
Okay, thank you very much.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
All right, I'm here with head coach of the Culver Lady Cavalier Softball Club, J.B. Overmeyer. Here we are, year 2 already, Coach. Can't believe it. Time's flying. It's been a while since we've done a Culver Lady Cavalier softball game. We talked a couple of weeks ago about this team. You come into this matchup against the Winamac Lady Warriors. What is anything you may know about them you could share with us?
They're a good team. They're tough. They put a lot of wins up. Obviously a conference game for us, and it's going to be a good game today, hopefully.
Yeah, anything in particular on the field you want to see out of your girls today?
Just to compete, not give up, try to improve. Like I said, when we talked before, we're a young team, freshmen, sophomores, and really don't have a clear leader yet that kind of takes over and directs girls where to go. So still young, still making the little mistakes that hopefully next year goes away.
I know you said today's Teacher Appreciation Day. I know all the players, or just some of the players in general, will have their favorite teacher. Talk about what this night means to the club.
They came to me for it. We did it last year, and they just want to show appreciation to the teachers here. They're all excited about it. All 15 of them will get to pick their teacher. We'll say a little something about them, and hopefully the teachers appreciate what their players did for them. So,
message to Cavalier Nation who may be listening this evening.
Hey, come watch us play. They are exciting at times.
Coach, I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out, because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana high school softball action, what are your keys to the game as a Winamac Warrior, Nathan?
Well, again, like I was saying earlier, I think it's just going out there and playing sandlot softball. They have a lot of momentum behind them. They should be feeling good about their season. 15-7 is pretty darn good record. Yeah. They're just out there and they're having fun. And if they can do that, they just make contact, they make the easy plays, they're going to be in good shape tonight.
All right, flip sides. If you are the Culver Cavaliers, what are your Auto Park keys to the game?
So, first, like I mentioned earlier, I saw them last night, and two of their hitting leaders had really quiet bats. And so I feel like they need to step up. But I think as a team, they just need to realize what they are facing and kind of play up to the level of competition. You look at this roster, and the entire team, only one girl is an upperclassman, and she is a junior. No seniors on the team. This is a very young softball team. And so, 4-10 is not a very pretty record, but when you think about the relative lack of athletic development at this age, the lack of leadership development, and what they are working, they're making progress. And so I think this is an opportunity for them to say, hey, we are David coming up against Goliath. We just need to work our butts off and see what we can do.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. It's time to sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express. Now it's time for the KVB starting lineups.
For the Lady Cavs in the field to start today, we will see Abby Zahner in left field. Brooke Davis is in center field and Hayden Lute in right field. The infield shows Gracie Milam at third base. Brianna Schlemmer's at second base. Ayla Bergman is at first. Aiden Molbash will be the shortstop. Callie England behind home plate is the catcher. And Savannah Schlemmer gets the call to start on the mound in this one for the Lady Cavaliers. For the Lady Warriors, their batting order shows shortstop Maggie Smith leading off, then first baseman Brody Goodman. Center fielder Michaela Warner bats third, and the catcher Corinne Combs is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth will be right fielder Maggie Keller, then designated player Brooke Roush. Left fielder Lindsey Walters bats seventh. The pitcher Adriana Hall is at the 8 slot, and at the bottom of the lineup we will see second baseman Izzy Decker. That is our starting lineups for today, as we will be back to get set for the first pitch. You are listening to KVB's WKVI.
Stay tuned for America's Pastime with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Culver, Indiana, welcome to game number 12 of our 2024 Spring Sports Broadcast season to see the Culver Lady Cavaliers host the Winamac Lady Warriors. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. You can stay up to speed on local high school sports in this area by following us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter, at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. We are literally in the palm of your hand. Well, our umpires for this evening are Janice and Dale Beck. We appreciate them being here this afternoon. And also with us tonight, we are honored to have Nathan Origer along for the call. And like I said, I'm Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for Indiana High School softball from Culver, Indiana. Both teams' captains, along with head coaches, are meeting at home plate, going over today's matchup between the Culver Lady Cavaliers and the Winamac Lady Warriors. Like I said, it's Janice and Dale Beck. Nice little married couple teaming up for some great softball. We've seen them before out on the field. It's a nice little tandem to have.
It is. And it means your umpire's saving money on gas when they're commuting together.
Absolutely. Well, we assume they are. We hope they are. Well, the field, like Nathan had said a few moments ago, is just damp, barely damp. What kind of infield is this?
It looks like it might be red clay.
That's kind of what I was thinking. It's a different infield than what we have seen in our other area softball fields. But, man, this is a very nice field. We remember this field from last year. That fence has got to be at least 10 feet high in the outfield. Would you say?
Yeah, I think you're about right. Right.
So a very nice field here at Culver. They do such a fantastic job upkeeping the facilities here in Culver. Also going on tonight, the Culver Cavaliers Baseball Club is on the road taking on Caston. We'll be getting some score updates from assistant coach Paul Dunn. We'll make sure to announce those throughout this softball matchup. One individual I did want to bring up was Gracie Milam. I remember her last year as a freshman, Nathan. She had a home run here at Cavalier softball field, and she is one of the up-and-coming youngsters on this team. I really do believe she is really something special for the future when it comes to Culver softball.
I agree, and she played a decent game last night. She went 1 for 2 and took 2 walks, scored 3 of the 9 runs that Culver put on the board last night.
Interesting.
She caught last night. Quite a little bit of a change from last night's lineup to this one. Coach Overmeyer is mixing things up. Last night she caught, and she's at third. Zahner moved from center to left tonight. Molbash, obviously, you don't necessarily expect to be on the mound 2 nights in a row, but she pitched. I see a couple of names in the lineup that did not start last night. So different opponent, different night.
Yep.
Different lineup, try to mix things up and see if it works out for the Lady Cavs.
Well, they've gone over things at home plate. It looks like they will be taking the field. We do want to remind our listeners, KVB is going to historic Wrigley Field to catch the Chicago Cubs take on the Cincinnati Reds Sunday, June 2nd. Hop on a chartered bus at KVB headquarters and be chauffeured all the way to the friendly confines. Enjoy all you can eat and drink. Yes, all you can eat and drink as we hang out on the historic rooftops. Call 574-772-6241 during regular business hours to save your seat and join KVB for Sunday Fun Day. Something I always like to bring up. Come hang out with us the crew. We're going to be there at Wrigley Field taking the bus, having a fantastic time. Really hope a lot of people are listening right now and consider joining WKVI, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI and WYMR for this fantastic trip to the rooftops at Wrigley Field. We also remind you every morning to join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. Catch our stories on WKVI.com and max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. Well, I have said what I needed to say up to this point. We're just waiting for the first pitch. Sponsored by Webb Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac.
Good old Bill Webb. I don't know. My life feels a little empty right now because I haven't run into Bill and had him talk my ear off for 5 or 10 minutes in the middle of a street while he's out for his run. Fortunately, Winamac, small enough town, you can get away with just stopping traffic like that and they just go around you.
Always fantastic time when we get a chance to go over to Webb Printing and JT Shirt Shack. Shout out to Tina as well. They do such a good job.
They really do.
And they're always busy. They are always busy.
The ladies in there are always busy. I don't know if I've ever in my life walked in there.
He's doing it right.
He is busy mentally. He's thinking things. It looks like we're about ready to get started here.
Yes, so starting lead off for the Winamac Lady Warriors is shortstop senior athlete. My goodness, it's Maggie Smith. She is just a little bit of everywhere.
What about 37 sports, give or take?
She's doing 5 her senior year. She's broken records in the fall cross country. She's broken records here in the spring on the track and field team. And now she steps into the box here on May 16th to take on the Culver Cavs. The first pitch offered is a bunt right back to third. Gracie Milam throws to first, but not in time. Maggie Smith shows off the wheels there.
Wow. I mean, Milam fielded that really athletically, but my goodness, Maggie Smith. My goodness.
So Maggie, the leadoff, on first for the Lady Warriors. Savannah Schlemmer deals her second pitch to now Brody Goodman. She takes it for a called strike. It looks like Janice Beck is going to be calling balls and strikes behind home plate, and Dale is out in the infield. 0-1 count from Schlemmer to Goodman. Chopper back to short. Could be a double play. Safe.
Smith was already running on that pitch, and there was no way she was getting there.
Well, she's proving why she's the leadoff hitter. She is so quick, Nate.
Yeah.
So now the number 3 hitter, Michaela Warner, steps into the batter's box. Warner comes in today, a 381 batting average. It's her 76th plate appearance of the year. She's got 29 RBIs on the season and an opportunity. Maggie takes third. Now she's going to go home because they overthrew Gracie Milam, and adding to 2 is Brody Goodman. She slides into third and she's tagged out. Maybe some miscommunication with Goodman, but 1 run crosses for the Winamac Lady Warriors.
That did not take long.
I think she got both of them, got the steal sign, immediately started running as Schlemmer delivered the pitch. So now it looks like Warner will step back in here. 1-1 count. Schlemmer to deal. Chopper to short. Throws over to first. She dropped it, and it'll get past the bag. Advancing Warner to 2, and she slides in safe. Man, what looked like it could have been an easy out there just dropped out of the glove.
Yep. And you know what? This play we just saw, the double steal. Credit to Coach Belcher for getting things going early, being aggressive while you haven't got stuck in a rut or the Cavs haven't found their momentum yet, and just taking advantage of little mistakes and capitalizing on them. And they've already got 1 run in. That is the way to play this game.
Oh, my gosh. Corinne Combs gets a hold of one back to right field. It hits the fence. It will advance Warner all the way home. And standing in for an RBI double is Corinne Combs. She swung on the first pitch offered.
We've been seeing a lot of first pitch swinging.
barely had time.
Yeah, she's only thrown 6 pitches, and they're already two.
Yeah, that's what I had. And it looks like we may have a courtesy runner here. Number 25, Corinne Ulrich, will come into courtesy run for Corinne Combs. Looked at the first pitch and went with it. Might as well. So now the number 5 hitter, right fielder Maggie Keller, steps in for her first plate appearance of the afternoon. Keller on the year, a .288 batting average, her 75th appearance of the season. She takes the first pitch for a ball outside. Now the catcher for Culver, Callie England, throws it to the cutoff man at short. Just keeping an eye on the courtesy runner, Corinne Ulrich, at 2. Keller steps back in. The 1-1. Chopper back to short. Throw over to first. Not in time. Corinne Ulrich advances to 3. So now runners in the corners for the Winamac Lady Warriors.
They're just chipping away at bat by at bat. It's, like I said, they just got to come in and play softball.
How many runs have crossed? 2. So 2 runs have crossed for the Winamac Lady Warriors. It's 2-0 here in the top of the first with 1 out. Runners in the corners. Schlimmer to deliver. Swung on, popped up high and foul out of play. This is Brooke Roush, the designated player, up to bat. Roush, .268 batting average on the season. She steps back in at the 0-1. There goes the Maggie Keller to take 2, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Winamac Lady Warriors here in the top of the first, leading 2-0. I think Coach Belcher wants to get as many runs as possible if this rain is going to come. Swung on, back to short. They throw to third to get the advancing runner. They do, but Corinne Ulrich, the courtesy runner, brings another run across. It's 3-0 now. They tag the runner at third, so only 1 on with 2 outs. It's at first, and that being Brooke Roush. Lindsay Walters, the left fielder, steps in. Her first pitch. Swung on, gets past the second baseman. It will advance Brooke Roush to 2. She's going to try to dig in for 3. They throw down to 3, not in time, and that gives Lindsay Walters enough time to get to 2, Nate.
I don't know about whether that was the right play or not, that throw, but you really hate to see the defense stumble like that so early in the game when Winamac already has so much momentum.
2 runners in scoring position, 1 on second and third. We see Adriana Hall step into the box. She takes the first pitch for a called strike. Hall, the pitcher, we'll see her in the circle at the bottom of this inning. She comes into today a .116 batting average. It's her 52nd appearance of the season. Swings on the 0-1, and it's chopped down the left field line, foul.
I'll tell you, though, Mitch, what she lacks in performance at the plate, she is certainly made up for in the circle. What is she, something like 10 wins on the season?
Yes. I think you're close. I have it right here. The 0-2 from Schlimmer to Hall. Swung on. Gets past Milam at third. It will bring Brooke Roush home. Advancing to 3 is Lindsay Walters. And going ahead to take 2 is Adriana Hall. My goodness. So now it's 4-0 with 2 outs, top of the first. The Winamac Lady Warriors came to Culver and got the bat swinging early. Schlemmer to deliver to the number 9 hitter, Izzy Decker. Gets past the catcher. It will advance the runner home, and she slides in safe. Oh, no, it gets past Schlemmer, advancing another runner to home. It's Adriana Hall, so both runners that were in scoring position cross home plate. 2 more runs to add. It's 6-0. My goodness. We said it in the pregame show. These Lady Warriors can put runs on in a hurry. I didn't think it would come to fruition this fast.
I did not either. It is just, like I said, they are just chipping away. They are playing softball. They're taking advantage of every miscue on Culver's part, and they're just digging in.
Infield came together to have a chat. with pitcher Savannah Schlemmer in the circle with 2 outs. We see the number 9 hitter Izzy Decker step back in. 1 ball, no strikes. Schlemmer to deal. Low and outside, and you see Decker, she really loves that slap hit.
That is the same thing with North Judson's number 9 hitter, Olivia Tim. I don't know what's going on with that 9 spot and the slappiness, but if it works, it works.
2-2 up top makes it a ball 3. So now Decker has all the time in the world. 3-0 from Schlemmer. Inside, and she will walk Decker. So Decker takes her base. And now we will go back to the top of the batting order. Here in the top of the first still, Maggie Smith will step into the box. We've talked about it throughout the season, Nathan. You get through your batting order more than the other team, more times than not, it's a win.
Yeah. Oh.
Smith
drops in the left field gap.
And it'll advance Decker all the way to 3 and standing in for a double?
Yeah.
How
maybe.
Would you, because we talked with Brian Hammond last week.
I might call that a single and advancing on the throw.
Yeah, that's how he would
Somebody a little batter friendlier might call it a double. But I'm not friendly.
Well, and that's kind of what our special guest sports analyst Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing had mentioned to us last week. As here's a slicer up the middle. Goodman's going to bring Decker home. She's also going to bring Maggie Smith home. And standing in, oh my goodness, she's thinking about going to 3 now as it got past the catcher. She'll just go back to 2. So Brody Goodman gets 2 RBIs on a single advancing to 2.
I'm going to go with that again. I am.
My goodness. So now it's really getting away from the Culver Lady Cavaliers. It's 8-0 here in the top of the first. We've seen a lot of action just in the first 10 minutes of this ball game. First pitch offered to Michaela Werner. Chopper to third. Milam overthrows first base. It will advance Brody Goodman all the way home from second. My goodness. And standing in at second is Michaela Werner.
You know, that is exactly what happened, I believe, with Michaela Werner's first at-bat. She grounded to third. The first baseman couldn't handle it. It's deja vu all over again.
So now Corin Combs, the heavy
that wind
hitter,
is really picking up, Mitch.
It is 9-0 here. Outside, gets past the catcher. Advancing to 3 is Werner. Combs in her first at-bat.
She doubled to right field and later scored on Brooke Roush's fielder's choice, I believe.
She comes in today, a .328 average, her 74th plate appearance of the season, second today. The 1-0, Combs, slicer up the middle. It will advance Werner home, and an RBI single for Corin Combs.
She really rocked that one. I don't think there was any chance of Schlemmer nabbing that one.
I don't know. I can't rattle my brain enough to think about it, Nathan, but I don't know if I've seen 10 runs in the first inning this season. I don't know if I've seen it in the 2 years I've been broadcasting.
It is rare to see this absolutely insane amount of output in just one inning, but it does happen once in a while.
Well, and you know, the Culver Lady Cavaliers, while they are young, let's not take away from them at all. This is just, these Winamac Lady Warriors are hot right now.
They really are.
This is just what's going on. I think we're catching a glimpse of these late season. I mean, my gosh, here's Maggie Keller, and they are calling it a foul ball here. But I think this is just showing you what kind of run these Lady Warriors are on right
Absolutely.
now. 10-2 in the last 12 games. I mean, they get on base. They get on base in a hurry. They're bringing runs in. It is an onslaught right now as Maggie Keller digs back in. Courtesy runner Corin Ulrich on first. Schlemmer delivers. Popped up back to left field, and it will be gloved by the left fielder, Abby Zahner, for out number 3. The Cavs get out of the inning, but 10 runs cross. The Winamac Lady Warriors lead 10-0. We come back. Bottom of the first is on the way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
This afternoon's broadcast is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. We go to the bottom of the first. Mitch Columbia along with Nathan Orger. We appreciate you joining us from beautiful Culver, Indiana. It's Indiana High School softball on KVB's WKVI. Well, what do you have to say after that, Nathan?
I just really hope that these Lady Cavaliers can shake off that top of the first and at least show up and be competitive. I want to see a competitive game tonight. You know what? I think there's a pretty good chance we know who's going to win this game, but I want to see the Lady Cavs come back and fight like I saw them fight last night.
Well, and you never know what could happen. We've seen some games where, in the Knox Lady Redskins Winamac game, they were up 9-2 going into the bottom of the seventh, and the Lady Warriors almost come back and win that game. So, it's just been that kind of season. We've seen several games play out as here's the first pitch offered from pitcher on the circle for the Winamac Lady Warriors. It is Adriana Hall. It's a called strike to Abby Zahner, the leadoff hitter for the Cavs. Next pitch. Right to second, throws over to Brody Goodman for out number one. And a good glove there. It came fast at her, but it looks like that was, Izzy Decker getting it over to Goodman in time. So now we will see the number 2 hitter, Brooke Davis, center fielder, step in for her first plate appearance of the afternoon. Davis, a .289 batting average coming into today. This is her 56th plate appearance on the year. She takes the first pitch for a called strike.
Davis went 0 for 3 in North Judson yesterday, but did score in the third after being hit by a pitch.
She swings and misses the 0-1 for strike 2. Hall going right at the batters here. Almost a mirror image of what they had done on offense in the top of the first. Next pitch inside, ball called. 1-2 now for Davis. Outside, ball called.
I'm telling you, there is something in the groundwater in the Winamac area. Maybe something from being on the Tippecanoe there. These girls, they're getting their nutrients. They're getting their vitamins and minerals.
Swing and a miss on the 2-2, and going down swinging is Brooke Davis for out number 2. My goodness. These Warriors look much improved from when we saw them, and they were playing pretty good a couple of weeks ago.
With the shortstop, Aiden Molbash, coming up to the plate, it is time for me to give a shout-out to my buddy Teddy Roush, Aiden's aunt. Teddy is listening to us online. Oh, gosh, I want to say from one of the Carolinas, maybe.
Beautiful.
I'll get a text or something if I got that wrong. But, hey, Teddy, thanks for listening to the Voice of the Valley, WKVI, as we bring you Warriors at Lady Cavs.
Yes, Teddy, thank you for listening. Streaming throughout the world from one of the Carolinas. I love it.
I hope I got that right.
Either way, it sounds impressive.
Exactly.
0-1 here to the number 3 hitter.
Molbash. Aiden Molbash. Pitched last night. Man in shortstop today.
Next pitch offered inside. Evens it up at 1-1 now. Good eye for Molbash. She comes into today a .400 batting average. It's her 51st plate appearance of the season. The 1-1 from Hall.
And a .466 on base percentage.
Fouled off out of play. Almost hit a vehicle.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about where I parked when I first pulled in. Decided I'd go back a row or two.
I went all the way in the back corner. 1-2 from Hall. Molbash gets a piece of it. It goes right back to Hall. A grounder. She throws over to Brody Goodman, and that is out number 3. No runs crossed. 10-0. The Winamac Lady Warriors lead. We pause and come back. Top of the second on the way.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
This afternoon's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. 10-0 here from Culver as the Culver Lady Cavaliers lead the Winamac Lady Warriors. Big-time shout-out to our in-game announcer, John Thompson, tuning in all the way from Tampa, Florida, just south of Tampa. Also, weather delay, bottom of the first for the Culver Cavaliers Baseball Club as they are on the road in Caston. Just got the text from assistant head coach Paul Dunn. They are in a weather delay right now, bottom of the first, but back in action here in Culver as the Culver Lady Cavs Softball Club trying to fight back in this game against the Winamac Lady Warriors, who really, quite frankly, they punched them in the mouth to start the first.
That was a wicked first inning. For the
wicked, yes.
So wicked awesome if you're a fan of the Warriors. Got confirmation, Teddy is in South Carolina.
Yes.
I was in the general vicinity. I got it right.
You know, I've never been to South Carolina. I've been to North Carolina.
I've been to both briefly.
My family was at Hilton Head not too long ago. I don't know which Carolina that's in, though. One of the Carolinas.
I don't know. Midwest is best. The rest of the states don't really matter.
Midwest is
best, my friend.
Well, that's where we're at right now, and here we will see the number 6 hitter, Brooke Roush, for her second plate appearance of the afternoon to start the second. Still on the mound for the Culver Lady Cavs is Savannah Schlemmer. Tough top of the first for her. We'll see if she digs in here and makes something happen. Another thing, that was what Brian Hammond had kind of talked to us last week. Once you see the pitcher a third go-around, that's when things start to happen. And here we are midway through the second of this batting order already for the Lady Warriors. The first pitch offered is a ball. Schlemmer delivers. Ooh, a little dribbler back to second. Throws over to first, and they get the out. That is a good way to start the second.
Yes, it is. The Cavaliers really needed something small to go their way just to set the tone, and I think that'll do it for them. Certainly like to think it would. Walters stepping up to the plate, singled to right field her first trip to the plate.
The left-handed hitter chokes up on the bat. She steps in. The right-handed pitcher delivers. A bunt shown back to the pitcher, and they get the out as she throws over to first. My apologies. This is Aiden Molbash on the mound in the circle.
I did not even see that switch.
I did not either. So now we see
Teddy Aiden is now on the mound.
She is on the mound, and she has 2 outs for the first 2 batters she's faced here in the second. We will now see Adriana Hall for her second plate appearance of the afternoon. So a quick pitching change to start the second here for the Lady Cavs. They did not like the start they had got out to in the first. 1-0 count. She deals. Foul down the left field line. Hall had a piece of it. She'll have to trot back here.
So we've got Molbash on the mound now. Milam is still at third. England is still catching. Looks like first base is still the same.
14, yes. Swung on the next pitch. It gets to the shortstop. That's out number 3.
And that is Brooke Davis, came in from center field to shortstop.
So Brooke Davis gets it over to first for out number 3. Quick work for the Lady Cavs. That's what they want to see. We're going to take a break and come back. Bottom of the second is on the way.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, agriculture has been a cornerstone of our business for more than 135 years. Our personal relationships within the ag community run deep for multiple generations. If you're looking for a financial partner that knows, understands, and supports agriculture, I'd love to hear from you. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers. Come into our Knox, North Judson, or Culver branches, or visit us online at ffbt.com when you're ready to talk about growing your operation. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Mitch Columbia along with Nathan Orger. We go to the bottom of the second. Rain has started, but no lightning, no thunder. They will continue to play as we will see Gracie Milam, the number 4 hitter, step into the batter's box for her first plate appearance of the afternoon. We still see Adriana Hall in the circle. She delivers the first pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. The rain is coming here.
Oh, that is starting to sound pretty heavy on this metal roof.
Next pitch from Hall, and it will be a base hit by Gracie Milam into right field. They tried to get it back to Goodman at first, but not in time. Milam gets a base hit, and she liked that one.
Apparently we've got some new folks in the press box trying to escape the rain.
I don't blame them. So Gracie Milam will stand on first, trying to get the bottom of the second rolling along here for the Lady Cavs. We will now see the number 5 hitter, Bree Schlemmer, step into the batter's box for her first appearance of the afternoon. Hall delivers up top, ball called. And a good job by Combs to track that one down.
Not going to lie, last night I had so much fun announcing the name Schlemmer over and over again.
Hall to deliver, popped up high. Combs could make a play, and she does for out number 1. Milam stays at bay at first. So Corinne Combs makes the play for out number 1. 10-0, the Winamac Lady Warriors lead here in the bottom of the second. And now we will see Hayden Lute step into the box. She was one of our Tyler Roth WKVI Athletes of the Week earlier this year, as she fouls one off out of play. 0-1 count to Hayden Lute. Really sharp individual. In that interview, the Athlete of the Week interview, she talked about already has her plans after high school. She wants to be a marine biologist, Nathan.
Not going to find a lot of work in that here in Culver, I think, unless you want to specialize in freshwater marine biology there on Maxencucky.
Well, she said she lives in the water, and here she is on the softball diamond. Just a really all-around athlete for the Cavs as the next pitch from Hall gets past Combs. It allows Milam to get to 2. So now a runner in scoring position for the Culver Lady Cavs with 1 out, 0-2 count to Lute. Hall to deliver. Fouled off out of play. Rain is really coming down here in Culver. They are continuing to play the 0-2. Lute pops up high, back to center field. No, the second baseman misses the catch. Advancing to 3 is Gracie Milam. She slides in safe. Now Lute will take 2, and both runners are in scoring position for the Lady Cavs. The rain may have been an issue there.
It might have been. Drier conditions, that should have been a routine play. It's hard to say if she lost her footing. Just couldn't see it in the raindrops, but that was a tough one. That rain is coming down so hard that I can almost not hear myself think, Mitch. And I, for one, am grateful.
Your mind race a lot?
It's a lot faster than my body is.
Yeah, same. Well, they're having to exchange softballs. They're just getting soaked out there right now. Really feel bad for them, but they are hanging in there. Got a lot of Warriors, got a lot of Cavaliers out there fighting. With 1 out, 2 in scoring position, we now see this is number 3 for the Culver Lady Cavs, Bree Hamilton. So she will evidently be pinch hitting for, I am guessing,
for
Bergman. Next pitch outside, ball 2 from Hall. They are having to deal with the elements here. She throws the ball off to the side again. It's just too wet right now to be throwing anything. They're literally drying off the softballs in the dugout as it's happening. 2-0 count from Hall to Hamilton.
Gonna have to guess that Hamilton probably came in as part of the changes when Molbash moved to the circle.
Ball low and outside makes it 3-0 count. Trying to find the zone right now in the elements is hard. Hall delivers. There it is. In the zone. 3-1 count now. And there Combs just trying to throw it back to Hall. Slips out of her hands. That's how wet the softball is right now. 3-1 count for Hall. Hamilton steps in. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. With 2 in scoring position, this would be the moment to strike for the Lady Cavs.
It really is. You know, the only thing I like better than baseball or softball is taking a nap, and this rain has really put me in the mood.
Little ASMR. The payoff.
Ooh, ASMR indeed.
Hits the dirt, gets past the catcher. Sliding in safe is Gracie Milam. Now Hamilton's digging in to take 2. She will.
You got to appreciate that sort of aggressiveness right there.
So 1 run crosses. The Cavs put 1 on the board. It's now 10-1 with 1 out, 2 in scoring position. And now we will see Savannah Schlemmer, the pitcher, step into the box for her first appearance of the afternoon.
Not actually sure where Schlemmer's playing right now after Moldash replaced her.
Interesting.
Didn't get a chance. They made that switch so surreptitiously, I didn't catch where Schlemmer ended up.
I'll have to look that one up later.
Schlemmer.
286 on the year is Schlemmer. This is her 48th appearance on the season, and now here comes the infield. It looks like both umpires are meeting with pitcher Hall in the circle, talking about, I would assume, what kind of traction she may have on the ball, perhaps.
Yeah, it is tough to hold that ball and find, like you said, to find the zone.
And now
another ball coming in from the dugout.
A new ball. So with 2 in scoring position, 1 out, bottom of the second, it's Schlemmer trying to make something happen for the Cavs. The Warriors got out to a hot start, and now the Cavs are making things happen with the rain coming down hard.
She singled to center last night and otherwise was pretty quiet.
Up top for ball 2. Good eye there from Schlemmer.
For whatever reason last night, these Lady Cavs took a lot of singles and doubles straight up the middle or just into right and left center. They were going.
Chopper to Goodman at first, throws back home as she gets the out. Lute advances. She gets the run to cross. And advancing to 3 is Bree Hamilton. So another run crosses for the Cavs. They get the out at 1, but an RBI there for Savannah Schlemmer. She did the work. And now we'll see Callie England, the number 9 hitter, step in for her first plate appearance of the afternoon. England, a .415 batting average, her 48th appearance on the year. She swings on the first pitch offered. It's back to right center field in the gap. It will advance Hamilton home. She's going to dig in for 2. She is going to... Oh, my gosh. She went past second and slides back in. She is safe.
That was almost America's Funniest Home Videos quality, the way they both struggled.
My goodness. So standing in for an RBI double is Callie England, and we go back.
Her Majesty the Queen of England does it again.
And now we see Abby Zahner. We go back to the top of the batting order for the Lady Cavs. They are putting something together here in the bottom of the second. And it looks like we will have a courtesy runner. It's Hazel Tomlin. She will courtesy run for Bree Hamilton, or Callie England.
For the catcher.
So 1 runner in scoring position on second. It's the courtesy runner, Hazel Tomlin. Zahner to step back in. Hall to deliver. Swung on, and it will stay fair down the left field line. It will advance. Oh, no, she's going to stay at 3, and getting to 2 is Abby Zahner for a double. Almost wonder if she had time to come home, but it was a close call there.
Game like this, you don't take that risk when you need every run you can get. You hope that the rest of your lineup does its job.
So 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs here.
Davis Cade, her first time at bat.
And she will swing on the first pitch, right back to the pitcher, Hall. She throws over to Goodman, and that is out number 3. 2 runners left stranded in scoring position, but 3 runs cross, 10-3. The Winamac Lady Warriors lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. We pause and take a break. Coming back, top of the third is on the way.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
Tonight's game is sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong Air dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. We thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. We go to the top of the third. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Nathan Orger, 10-3. The Winamac Lady Warriors lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. We will see the number 9 hitter for the Lady Warriors, Izzy Decker, step into the batter's box for, I believe, her third plate appearance of the afternoon, Nathan. Her third plate appearance of the afternoon?
Second.
Her second plate appearance of the afternoon. So she will step into the box. Still on the mound for the Lady Cavs,
Aiden Molbash.
She will start the third. She did a good job in the second. First pitch offered
Nice
outside.
effort by Kelly England there trying to frame that pitch. Ump wasn't biting, but credit to her for the effort.
1-0 count. Decker will step back in. Called strike. She really is trying to slap hit right now. Getting a head start, starting literally at the back of the box and then working forward. Now you see her step in at her normal. So let's see what she does here. The 1-1 count from Molbash. Swung on regularly, popped up high, and it will be gloved by the first baseman, number 14 for the Lady Cavs. That's Savannah Schlemmer, who started in the circle, and she will get out number 1. Back to the top of the batting order for the third time. The Lady Warriors will see Maggie Smith, the shortstop, and she had a couple of good at-bats to start the game, Nathan.
Yep, she singled in both at-bats.
Molbash delivers, hits the dirt, and gets past the catcher. England tracks it down. So 1-0 count to Smith here. Next pitch, outside ball called. Smith showed slap, thinking about slap hitting there, but pulls it at the last second.
So I think Abby Zahner has moved from left to center. Brooke Davis moved from center to short. Aiden Molbash moved from short to the mound. Hayden Lute moved from right to center. Bree Hamilton came into right when she came in for Ayla Bergman. And as we know, Savannah Schlemmer moved from the circle to first base. So I think we've got everything caught up to speed here.
2-0 inside. Smith ducks out of the way. 3-0 count now with 1 out. Top of the third, 10-3. The Winamac Lady Warriors lead their Hoosier North Athletic Conference foe, the Culver Lady Cavaliers. The 3-0. And a strike will be called. It grazes the outside portion of the plate.
I'm not sure just how close that was, but yet again, England is really working on the framing here. She is on top of that game.
The 3-1 from Molbash. Swung on right back to Molbash. She throws over to first, and she will get out number 2 here in the top of the third. She is in relief for Schlemmer and doing a very good job at it.
Yes, she is. Last night she looked decent. So far tonight, she is looking better than she did last night, just the same.
We will see the number 2 hitter for the Winamac Lady Warriors. It's Brody Goodman. Goodman comes into today a .339 batting average. This will be her 64th plate appearance of the season, her 3rd of today.
She is singled twice. She was caught at third base, her first at bat, and she scored her second at bat.
First pitch offered from Molbash inside, ball called. Now this is a first. You see Mrs. Beck cleaning off home plate, not with a brush, but with a scraper. Because of how hard it is raining, the mud is accumulating there on home plate. I've never seen it, a scraper being used. Of course, this is only year 2 for me. 1-0 from Molbash to Goodman. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 called. Goodman wanted it.
She did, but I think she might have been a little bit ahead of that one. Lunging after it, and I think Molbash has really found a rhythm for herself.
The 1-1. Fouled off to the left, out of play. You can hear the cheers from the Winamac Lady Warriors dugout. They always have such interesting cheer chants, as well as, I'm sure you heard last night, the Lady Jays.
Always.
Creates quite the atmosphere for softball.
Softball games are so much more enjoyable than baseball games in that respect. The energy coming from the dugouts is always better.
The 1-2 up top, and Goodman swings and misses, and she will go down for strike number 3 and
that is
out
a
number
1-2-3. That is two 1-2-3 innings from Molbash.
Great pitching performance from Molbash in the circle. It's 10-3. The Winamac Lady Warriors lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. We pause and come back. Bottom of the 3rd on the way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Adriana Hall still in the circle for the Lady Warriors. It's Aiden Molbash now up to bat for the Lady Cavs. She takes the first pitch for a ball called. Molbash comes in today a .400 batting average.
She grounded back to Hall her first time at the plate.
Takes the next pitch for a called strike, evening it up at 1-1. Hall to deliver. Swung on, popped out of play, and it will hit the Winamac Lady Warriors bus.
Do you think a Molbash is some sort of underground party?
Well, you should ask Teddy. Next pitch up top from Hall. Makes it 2-2 now. Molbash on-base percentage of .460, her 52nd plate appearance of the season. Outside for ball. So now it should be a full, oh no.
it got the corner.
So it called strike out right there on the corner. So it is out number 1. Molbash will go down to start the bottom of the 3rd. And now we see the cleanup hitter, Gracie Milam, step into the batter's box for her second appearance of the afternoon. You look at her jersey from sliding in head first to 3rd earlier in the game. Boy, that is going to be a hard laundry job for Mom to do later. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Milam wanted it, and Hall blew it past her. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd, 10-3. The Lady Warriors lead. 1-1 from Hall to Milam. up top, gets past Combs and hits the fence for ball 2 now.
I've learned that Milam is very good friends with my buddy Molly Madsen over on the Lady Jays softball team. It was kind of nice that she got to be there last night when Molly tied the single season record for home runs for the Lady Jays program.
Very impressive. Shout out to Molly Madsen. Milam comes in today, a 325 batting average. 426 on base percentage. She takes the next pitch. Ball called, though 3-1 count here. What are you doing on a 3-1?
I have got the green light. I'm going to be cautious, but I don't want to waste a strike.
We'll see what Hall gives her here. You see the infield creeping in. Here's the 3-1 delivered. And it is a called strike. It'll make a full count here. So Milam will step back in. Hall. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3 and out number 2. Milam goes down swinging. And now the Lady Warriors, where they were giving up some hits and runs there in the last half inning on defense, now they're buttoning things up. Next up to bat for the Culver Lady Cavaliers, it's number 7, I believe.
Brianna Schlemmer.
Brianna Schlemmer. First pitch offered from Hall is a ball. Switching out the softball every few pitches just to keep it dry. The rain is still coming down here in Culver. The 1-0 delivered, swung on and foul tipped, evening it up at 1-1 now. We look to our right and we see several fans from Warrior Nation here supporting the Warriors. We also see Cav Nation here supporting the Lady Cavs. Foul tip hits the fence again. A little bit of a duel here between Schlemmer and Hall. 1-2 count with 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 3rd. Infield creeping in, the 1-2. Ooh, hits the dirt, and it will actually bounce off the ground and then hit Schlemmer, so she will take her base.
A base is a base is a base.
It's just coming down that hard. It's really hard to get a good grip on the softball.
We got Hayden Lute coming up, who is now the center fielder, started the game in left.
She'll step in, takes the first pitch, called
Paint at the
strike.
corner there.
And you can tell where the strike zone is at right now. That's where she likes that spot. The 0-1, chopper back to second, throws over to first to Goodman, and that is out number 3. So a runner left stranded, no runs crossed, 10-3 still the score. The Lady Warriors lead the Lady Cavs. We pause and come back. Top of the 4th is on the way.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Join Culver's Portside Marina for their summer kickoff Saturday, May 25th. Enjoy live music, food trucks, and a beer garden from 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Culver's Portside is also proud to announce they are expanding to Bass Lake. Slip rentals, boat storage, and self-service fuel pumps will all be available this summer. Call them at 574-842-5000. That's Culver's Portside Marina. We go to the top of the 4th. Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Nathan Orger. 10-3, the Lady Warriors lead. You're listening to Indiana High School Softball on KVB's WKVI. Well, what started out hot, Nathan, has kind of calmed down here between both of these teams. They're settling in on their own.
They are, but As soon as you say something like that, you know things are going to change, Mitch.
Boy, if that were true, I could control a lot of things, Nathan. I'd be in control of a lot more than just this.
Are you even really in control of this, or
No.
is this in control of us?
Probably of us. We just have to talk. First pitch offered from Molbash is a ball. We see in the box for the Lady Warriors her third plate appearance of the afternoon. I can't quite see the number.
We got
number
Michaela
7,
Warner up.
Michaela Warner, the number 3 hitter. She swings and misses.
She has twice made it to first after hitting to my limit third and having her throw bobbled at first.
381 hitter on the year. 24 hits this season for Michaela Warner. We've seen several of them throughout this season. Then we've covered the Lady Warriors. Next pitch was offered a ball. 2-1 count now as Warner digs back in. Molbash to deliver. And it will be called a ball, so 3-1 count now. Warner checks down the third base line to manager Jenny Belcher. She gets the call and steps back in. The 3-1. Inside, and it will be ball number 4. As Molbash will walk Warner, she takes her base, and now the cleanup hitter, Corinne Combs, steps in. Her third appearance of the afternoon. She's had some pretty good at plate so far, Nathan.
Yes, she has. She is singled to right, or doubled to right and singled to center thus far.
Molbash deals. Up top, ball called. England bouncing up to catch that quickly. Cat-like reflexes. We've talked about it before, how good you have to be as a catcher, especially in softball, how fast the game goes. As here's the 1-0. Combs pops it up high, back to left center field. It'll get over the center fielder's head. Advancing to 3 is Warner. Standing in 2 is Combs. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Lady Warriors.
Combs is really just grinding them out today. She is 3 for 3, and she has scored once. Got Maggie Keller, the right fielder, coming up next, I believe, and she singled in the first and then flew out to left field to end that long first inning.
Molbash. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Keller really wanted it. We are in the 4th inning, correct?
You are correct.
Molbash to deal. Swing and a miss. Keller, strike 2. Since the rain has started, the Lady Warriors have cooled off just a bit until here in the 4th, where they have 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. 0-2 from Molbash, swung on, chopper to short, throws over to first, gets the out, but one advancing run crosses, and then getting to third is Corinne Ulrich, the courtesy runner for Corinne Combs. So now it is 11-3, the Lady Warriors lead with 1 out. Another run not far behind, it's Corinne Ulrich on third.
Brooke Roush reached safely in a fielder's choice and scored, and then grounded out to first in the 2nd inning.
Next pitch gets past England, and it will allow Corinne Ulrich enough time to get home. It's now 12-3. The Lady Warriors have put a couple of runs on here in the 4th. Roush, the designated player, we've seen her in the circle a couple of times this season. She's very good on the mound as well. 1-0 count from Molbash here to Roush. Oh my, it slips out. It's that wet. It slipped out of the hand of Molbash. Does that count?
I assume she called it a balk and gave the batter a ball.
So it is 2-0.
Unfortunately, you can't chalk that up to the rain.
So now it's 3 balls and no strikes as the next pitch just misses outside for Molbash. Man, that stinks. 3-0, and it will be a walk just low as Brooke Roush will take her base. Lindsey Walters will now step in.
She singled and scored in the first and grounded out to Molbash in the second.
Chops one off down the right field line, foul. Walters, a .333 batting average on the year, her 59th plate appearance of the season. She has 12 RBIs on the season and 16 hits. She pops one back to left field, and it will go foul. 0-2 now to Walters. She'll step back in here. Molbash, the 0-2. Up top, ball called. England checks the runner at 1. Brooke Roush. And she gets back to first safely. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 4th. The 1-2. Swung on by Walters. Down the right field line, foul again. Going at each other here. You can tell, looking out onto the field, Nathan, how wet the jerseys are of both teams. They are soaked.
Yeah, I might be jumping into the dryer with my jersey to warm up after this one.
1-2 from Molbash. Walters swings on it. Pops up. It drops in front of the center fielder. It will advance Roush to 3. Standing in 2 is Walters. Oh my gosh, Roush is being told to go home. She is safe. She brings a run across, and standing in on 3 is Lindsey Walters. Explain that one.
I don't know that I'm going to try.
So Roush brings one home. It's 14-3 now, and Walters is on third. It's Adriana Hall in the box for the Warriors. First pitch from Molbash is up top and outside for ball 1.
Unfortunately, I really feel as if Abby Zahner probably should have kept that one in front of her. I know it's wet out there, but that might have been a run that could have been saved.
Looking at the stats here, Hall just a freshman on this Winamac Lady Warrior team. She's a .116 batting average. The 2-0 inside for ball 3. In talking with head coach Jenny Belcher on the Saturday Sports Line, you know, she's talked about getting young individuals a lot of time, and that's how she is able to keep the program as strong as she has so many years over and over. Hall getting very valuable
she is.
innings in the circle as the pitcher and also in the box batting. The 3-1 is low. Ball 4 called, and that will be a walk for Molbash to Hall, and now runners on the corners for the Lady Warriors. With 1 out, we go back. Or no, this is Izzy Decker stepping into the box. Gets a running start, takes it for ball 1. Advancing to 2 is Hall. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Winamac Lady Warriors. They lead 14-3. They want to try to get that 10-run rule, I think, Nathan. Get out of here early. Unless the Cavs have something to say about it. The 1-0, swing and a miss by Decker. Tried to slap hit it, and it'll even the count up at 1-1 here. She gets the call from head coach Jenny Belcher. Molbash looks to the dugout, then checks her wristband. Now she deals the 1-1. It will be fair. Thrown down to first, not in time, and getting 0-2 first is Decker, and now the bases are loaded here as we go back to the top of the batting order for Maggie Smith here. So Maggie Smith will step in. It's 13-3. Thank you. So 13-3 is the score. 10-run lead here for the Warriors. First pitch offered to Smith is up top. She ducks out of the way. And as they go back to the top of the batting order here, you on the broadcast with him or you on the broadcast with me? What's going on here? Talking to myself. Slicer up the middle. It will advance one runner home. It will advance another runner home. Adriana Hall.
Wow, she really smoked that.
2 RBI single for Maggie Smith. It's now 15-3. We will see Brody Goodman now step into the batter's box. For her third?
This is her fourth appearance.
Her fourth appearance. We are already going through the batting order for a fourth time in the Winamac Lady Warriors as the first pitch is fouled off.
She is singled twice, struck out, scored once.
0-1 count. 1 out. 2 on, 1 in scoring position.
And she is the 9th batter of this inning.
Swing and a miss. Goodman just couldn't get in time with it, and it's now 0-2. Up top for ball 1. Good eye from Goodman. Rain still coming down, sprinkling, no lightning, no thunder. We play on. The 1-2 from Molbash. Up top, ball 2. 1 out. Molbash, the 2-2. Inside, gets past England. This will advance the runners to 3 and Smith to 2. So standing on 3 is Izzy Decker, and standing on 2 is Maggie Smith. And I think she's a little chilly out there.
I think she's shivering at second base.
Literally. So now, full count to Brody Goodman. Molbash, the payoff. Foul tip hits the fence. You okay there?
Yeah, that one came right at me. We're not that far from the fence here. Not that I don't trust the fence to protect me, but that was the most direct.
It was right at your face. 3-2 here, and Molbash wants a fresh softball. So interesting in the spring how much baseball and softball, they have to deal with the elements.
Yeah.
Foul tip on the 3-2, keeping her alive.
I feel like it's almost easier to play football in the snow. I mean, you might be bone-chillingly cold, but
they love it.
But this
is tough. Both teams dealing with some adversity in the elements this afternoon. Goodman and Molbash are having a duel here. The 3-2. And she will end up walking Brody Goodman, and it'll load up the bases. They overthrow Molbash, but right there is the second baseman for the Culver Lady Cavaliers.
Brianna Schlemmer.
She saved it from happening, so that keeps the runners at bay.
And Michaela Werner started this inning off with a walk and scored. And she comes back to the plate, the 10th hitter of the 4th.
Werner will step in. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the 4th. Molbash delivers, hits the dirt, ball 1. 15-3, the Warriors lead. Next pitch. Finds the zone. 1-1 now. Warner, a sophomore on this Winamac Lady Warrior team. 381 on the season coming into today. The next pitch misses, ball 2. Strike 2 called on the next pitch.
It's a late call.
Next pitch swung on, missed, throws down to first, gets the out, throws home, not in time. Decker will cross, allowing another run, and now it is 16-3 here, but 1 out. Corinne Combs now will step in. I'm not going to lie, buddy, you're quiet today. You usually got a lot on your mind.
That was a really, really concerning mental error on Callie England's part. Drop third strike does not apply when you've got the base occupied, and she had no reason to throw that to first. And that run did not need to score.
So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Combs will foul one off out of play here.
You hate, I know they're young, they're learning. It's been a long season and a long game, but you hate to see little mistakes like that.
Next pitch from Molbash. Combs fouls it off out of play. Oh, the count here from Molbash to Combs. Her 4th appearance this afternoon, and Combs is just a junior, Nathan. Kind of scary. Swing and miss, back to center, over the head of the center fielder. It's going to hit the fence, bringing Brody Goodman all the way home, and standing in for an RBI single is Corinne Combs, adding to her fantastic afternoon. Something we talked about, and she will get the courtesy runner, Corinne Ulrich, but something we talked about with head coach Ginny Belcher on the Saturday Sports Line a couple of weeks ago, Nathan. If you ever notice assistant coach Steph Smith hands something to the runners when they get on base, it's gummy bears.
Gummy bears. I'm a big fan of gummy bears. I need to get in on that action.
That is the incentive to get on base for the Warriors. They like their gummy bears.
I mean, I feel like winning, contributing to the effort should be enough incentive to get on base.
Right?
But you know what? Whatever motivation works.
They said they've been doing it for years as the next pitch is swung on right to short. Gets through the glove, and it'll advance Corinne Ulrich to 2, so Maggie Keller gets on first. And this will bring up Brooke Roush now for the Winamac Warriors with 2 outs, 1 in scoring position.
And Brookie Cookie has walked, grounded into a fielder's choice and scored, and grounded out to second.
A .268 average on the season for Roush. This is her 50th plate appearance of the season, 4th today. Swings and misses for strike 1, then throwing back to the circle over the head of Molbash. Zahner tracks it down again, or Schlemmer, tracks it down again. Saving it. 0-1 from Molbash. Roush swings down the left field line, foul. 0-2 now. So an opportunity to get out of this inning with only allowing a few runs here. Tough inning for the Cavs. Warriors are making things happen. The 0-2 from Molbash. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Roush goes down, and that is out number 3 here in the 4th. We're figuring things out. We're going to take a break and come back. Bottom of the 4th is on the way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is helping continue this wonderful tradition on KVB's WKVI. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660. Serving the local area since 1936. This is the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning 4th inning stretch. Big-time shout-out to Brian Hammond. We hope you're enjoying your afternoon, Brian.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Back at Culver softball field in Culver, Indiana, 18-3, the Winamac Lady Warriors lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. It's Mitch Columbi along with sports analyst Nathan Orger as the first two pitches offered to the Lady Cavs, a 1-1 strike we see in the batter's box here for the Culver Lady Cavs. Do you see?
It's Bree Hamilton, the right fielder.
She swings on the next pitch, and it will be a nice little duck snort into right field. She is going to dig in for two. Why not? She's going to stand in easily for a double. She starts the bottom of the fourth off right for the Lady Cavs.
That dugout is thrilled with that at-bat.
Now we will see number 14 for the Lady Cavs. It's Savannah Schlemmer. First pitch from Hall, foul tip, hits the fence. Hall looking like she's trying to pitch a complete game here today. As a freshman, she has shown she has quite the future in store for her here at Winamac. 0-1 from Hall. Fouled off out of play by Schlemmer again. To the count. Hall to deliver. And strike three will be called for out number one. Hall liked that one.
Looks like Piper Link has moved from from third base to left field, and Lindsey Walters has moved from left to third base.
Hall delivers the first pitch to Callie England outside, ball called. England, a .415 batting average on the year, a .489 on-base percentage.
She doubled to right center her first time at the plate.
Fouls one off out of play again. Evens up at 1-1 here. One out, one in scoring position for the Lady Cavs here in the bottom of the fourth. Up top, good job by Combs to jump up and track that one down. If that gets past her, you can bet, you can bet Hamilton gets to three. As here it is, a hit right back to Hall. She throws back to second, and they get the tag. Hamilton was leading halfway down to three, and she makes the double play happen for the Warriors there. So that is the bottom of the fourth. 18-3 is the score. We take a break and come back. Top of the fifth is on the way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition. Top of the fifth, Mitch Columbi along with sports analyst Nathan Orger. Continuing the tradition here, 18-3, the Winamac Lady Warriors lead the Culver Lady Cavaliers. What's something that stood out to you in this game here, Nathan?
I think part of it is just the youth and inexperience of this Culver team. It has really showed tonight, especially battling Goliath and in these elements. It has just been really tough for them. They had that one decent inning where they picked things up in the second, but they've just not been able to compete on the same level. And given the circumstances, that's not surprising. And you just hope that as they grow individually and as a team, the next couple of seasons, they will look stronger.
This is Lindsey Walters for the Lady Warriors stepping in, called strike on the first pitch from Molbash. In the circle, has been since the second inning, I believe.
You are correct.
Also on the flip side of that, though, Nathan, they just caught the Warriors in their hot streak right now. 10-2 the last 12 games. They're rolling right now. As here's popped up high.
You are absolutely right.
And it will be gloved by Brianna Schlemmer at second. So that is out number 1 to start the 5th here. And now we will see the number 8 hitter, the freshman Adriana Hall, back up the bat.
Hall has brought her batting average up a hair today. She's gone 1 for 2, scored after singling, grounded out to short, walked and scored in the 4th.
First pitch offered to Hall, a ball up top. 1-0 from Molbash. Finds the zone, evens up at 1-1 now.
I think Hall kind of froze on that one. It just looked like she locked up and couldn't move her hands.
Next pitch, Hall gets a hold of it, but foul down the left field line. 1-2 now the count with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. It's 18-3. The Winamac Lady Warriors lead. Hoosier North Athletic Conference foe, the Culver Lady Cavaliers. Molbash, the 1-2. Outside, evens up at 2-2 now. One thing you could say the difference between softball and baseball is how fast the game goes. But really, from what we've seen in the area, is the next pitch just misses for ball 3. But one thing we've noticed, Nathan, from games we've covered this season especially, the pitchers on the softball diamond waste no time.
No, they don't. These are busy women. They got things to do.
She throws a ball 4 on the next pitch, and that will be a walk for Adriana Hall. And now the number 9 hitter, Izzy Decker, will step in. But that's just something I've noticed covering softball games is the pitchers really waste no time. It's almost as if there's a pitch clock, kind of, even though there's not. But, they pitch so fast. Oh, there is a 20 seconds. We'll have to get you on the air. Why don't we get a mic on you, my friend? Next pitch gets passed, and it looks like Izzy Decker will advance to 2.
That was not a wild pitch.
And now we'll catch us up.
I think, I don't know if she just kind of nicked it or if she actually laid down a bunt, but that was dropped right in front of home plate. I just now realized that Gracie Milam and Callie England have switched places, and England is out at third while Milam is behind the plate. But Decker probably would have, I think she would have beaten that throw out, but it was tossed over the first baseman Schlemmer's head, and
I wonder who's timing the pitch clock.
Probably nobody.
Interesting. Our scoreboard operator is letting us know exactly what the ruling is. There is a 20-second pitch clock, so we're being told. But I guess it's not really
I believe we've got a pinch hitter up.
This is number 11, Hannah Meyer.
Hannah Meyer is batting for Maggie Smith, I believe, who getting a well-deserved rest.
2-0 from Molbash. up top. Ball 3 now.
Meyer, number 11, is a sophomore.
.30 from Molbash. To Meyer. Strike called, finds the zone. And a runner on third, 1 run crossed. I really don't know what happened. You kind of tried to explain it, but I'm not going to lie. You're off today, buddy. You are off your game today.
It was a crazy play to explain, too.
So 19-3 is the score. Next pitch finds the zone, and now it'll be a full count.
The Reader's Digest version is that Decker is on third after she hit it no more than 8 feet in front of home plate, and a run scored.
And now Milan will throw down to first. They'll get the out. They throw back to home. She drops it. Decker safe. 20-3 now's the score. Interesting scenario there.
That really was.
We've had several of them tonight. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, I've got 20.
You might as well just talk to him. They know he's here. It's kind of hard to have a conversation without a guy on a mic. We want to let the listeners know what's going on. It's just tough. What's your name, sir? Eddie Molbash. Oh, Eddie Molbash, the school board operator here at Culver. We appreciate him joining us up here in the booth, kind of giving us some insights here of what's going on in the game.
Got another pinch hitter, it looks like. Number 24, Piper Link, is in for Brody Goodman. If I recall correctly, Piper Link is the... No, she or her sister one is the co-salutatorian.
Oh, for this year?
Yeah, at Winamac. But now I've forgotten which one. I think it might be Olivia.
Yeah, they're both seniors, like you'd mentioned. Molbash delivers the next pitch. 2-1 the count now. Molbash to deal the 2-1. Swung on, gets past the third baseman, Callie England, and this will be standing in first is number 14 for the Winamac Lady Warriors.
Oh, sorry, that was Gabby Joseph.
Gabby
I thought that
Joseph.
was 24. I apologize.
It has just not been the best afternoon for us, buddy. I'm not having much. I'm not getting this one in very good. We're having troubles. Stumbling.
I blame the rain.
Stumbling and bumbling here on the air.
I have no other excuse, so I'm blaming the rain.
Sometimes sometimes I think it's kind of hard. People don't realize we're live. We are actually live. Swing and a miss.
And this pinch hitter is number 12, Olivia Link.
Here's Olivia Link.
The co-salutatorian.
The 0-1 from Molbash. Milam fakes, throws down to first.
Michaela Warner.
And yes, she is batting for Michaela Warner here. Well, and it makes sense. We've had 8 days off due to the rain. Just trying to get back in the swing of things here as she swings and misses the next pitch for strike 2. Rain steadily still coming down here in Culver. With 2 outs, 1 on. Top of the 5th, swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 3. And that is the top of the 5th. We're going to take a break and come back. We're going to sort this thing out. Bottom of the 5th is on the way. You're listening to KVB's WKVI Sports.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Hey, stop by Papa Farm Pizza after the game for fresh ingredients that separates their pizza from any others. That's Papa Farm Pizza, downtown Knox. Call 574-772-5888 to place your order now. It's pizza worth driving for. Bottom of the fifth. 20-3. It could all end here if the Lady Cavs aren't able to bring it within 10 runs here. We will see number 8 for the Lady Cavs, Abby Zahner, pop one up high, and running into each other are the second baseman and the right fielder, Maggie Keller, the right fielder, and second baseman Izzy Decker. So it will fall, allowing Abby Zahner to get to first there.
Yep. Shortstop Brooke deep. Oh, and that one is bunted foul by the shortstop Brooke Davis.
I thought I had muted you. Man, it is just that type of day right now.
Hey, you know what, Lenny? I hope you're not listening.
We'll see if we get a text. Shout out to Lenny Dessauer. If you're listening, say hello. The 0-1. Combs tracks it down. Evens up at 1-1 here as it was a ball. Standing in for the Lady Cavs is Brooke Davis. She swings on the next pitch offered. Fouls off out of play.
You know, I think I might have jinxed our broadcast tonight when I sat down before the game and put the lineups in the scorebook. And I accidentally put the home team before the visiting team, and I've been
so you've been backwards all night.
I jinxed us. I'm sorry. We will get things right next week for sectional.
I've been loafing this week because of all of our cancellations. We haven't had any broadcast. I've just been laying on the couch eating potato chips.
You are living the dream, my friend. And Davis strikes out. Here comes Mulbash to the plate.
Mulbash will come in.
Teddy, this is your last chance to hear Aiden at bat tonight, most likely.
She'll step in. First pitch offered, popped up high.
Oh, and I'm sorry.
And it will be gloved by Goodman for out number 2 there. You really brought the bad luck to Culver here, Nathan. Oh, man. We'll be ready to forget this one.
Gracie Milam, now catching, steps up.
Ooh, inside. That was close. Almost grazed her shoulder for ball 1.
You know, we are not having an off day on the broadcast. We are just expanding WKVI from sports, news, and music to include comedy.
I like that. I like that. We are including comedy. I will say, compared to doing football and basketball, I feel like when I do a baseball or a softball game, it's more of a podcast type of vibe.
I think that is probably correct. I've never been on the mic for football or basketball, but of course I've listened, and I think you're right.
There's just more time for us to kind of chat and talk about anything. 2-1 count here to Milam. Hall trying to do a complete game here and finish things off in the 5th. With 2 outs, it's now 3-1, ball up top. 1 out away from getting this game over early. We are 1 hour and 53 minutes into this broadcast. That's including the pregame. Chopper to Maggie Smith at short. She throws over to first. Brody Goodman gets the out. And that is the ball game. 22-3 is the final as the Winamac Lady Warriors end the game early in 5. Big win for them, another conference win to add. I believe they will now go 4-3 in Hoosier North Athletic Conference play. Tough loss for the Culver Lady Cavaliers. As the rain's still coming down, we have our Stark County Co-op play of the game still to announce, as well as our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. That's all in the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere.
Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox.
Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989.
Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show.
20-3 is the final as the Winamac Lady Warriors beat their Hoosier North Athletic Conference foe, the Culver Lady Cavaliers, here in Culver, and man, are they drenched. It rained almost the entire game. Not a spot of lightning or thunder was heard. The rain just came hard. My goodness. Where do we start? Because it wasn't my best game, I can tell you that much.
Other than maybe Adriana Hall and a couple more of the Lady Warriors, I don't know it was anyone's best game. I'm going to blame the weather. I'm going to blame that it's the end of the school year.
Yeah, we're just ready to pack it in here.
Gonna blame the crazy, chaotic family weekend I had that I still haven't recovered from.
Oh, really?
You'll
have to tell me about that later.
It's just...
Well, it was pretty interesting there at the end of the game. From what we've been told by Eddie Molbash, the scoreboard operator, just a moment ago in the break, Culver always asks the opposing team, from when they host games, from what I'm being told, they always ask the opposing team to join in hands around the circle on the mound and have end the game in prayer. So I thought that was really a touching moment through battle. The Cavs got beat, but yet they still come together with the opposite team. They hold hands and they have a quick prayer, but overall, Nathan, a big-time win for the Winamac Lady Warriors. 20-3 was the final. They got out to start in that first and put 10 runs on, and really they never looked back.
No, they didn't. We saw Culver show some signs of life in the second inning, both at bat and the second and third inning with Molbash on the mound. But it didn't take long for Winamac to reassert itself as the dominant team in this game.
Well, we've still got some work to do. We have to come up with our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game, as well as our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. As we do remind you, Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Expressway. Hey, Collins Insurance is also part of the broadcast. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show. They're taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. We take a break and come back. The Collins Insurance postgame show continues. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. Let's return to the voice of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi.
We thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Well, before we get to our Stark County Co-op Play of the Game, we are honored to have an opportunity to talk to head coach Jenny Belcher. 10 runs in the first inning, Coach.
That's a good start.
My goodness. I was telling Nathan, I don't know if I can, of course, I've only done this is my second year. I don't think I've seen 10 runs in one inning before. And, yes, the Cavs are young, but you guys are in a hot streak right now, and you can tell.
I thought we hit really well. Like you said, we hit a lot of line drives that first inning and put the ball in play and had a lot of hard hit balls. So I was really pleased to see us come out and get after it right away. I just told our team at the end, when you come out and you play like that in the first inning, then you're leaving no doubt that we are here to play and we're here to win a ball game.
Yeah, we said it quite frankly. It was you punched him in the mouth, literally right off the top, and you let him know early that this was going to be. What, are you laughing at me? That's exactly what they did.
Very descriptive.
Very descriptive. You let him know. You let him know this is not going to be a walk in the park. You came to Culver to play and win.
I thought in that first inning too, we were very aggressive on the bases. Maybe a base running decision here or there that wasn't the best, but I like the philosophy of we are aggressive and we're going to be aggressive on the bases. It's much easier, I think, to tell kids to back off a little bit than it is to say, hey, you got to be more aggressive. And I just love the aggressiveness that they came out with in that first inning.
Yeah, absolutely. Mitch, I apologize for correcting you, but this softball field actually is in a town park, so I think we saw a number of walks in the park tonight.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Do you have a question for Coach Nathan?
I really. What's it like to be stuck on the air listening to me ramble like this?
Well, she doesn't have to listen. She's out on the field.
No comment.
So, Coach, you're finishing things off here. Sectionals is next week. I know. Is this the last regular season game?
No, we play Tri-County tomorrow
That's
night
right.
at Tri-County.
And that is the final game of the regular season.
Correct.
And then you're starting sectionals.
Right.
Just tell our listeners right now what you're preparing for in terms of tomorrow against Tri-County and then also for sectionals next Tuesday.
Well,
or is it Monday?
We play on Monday.
That's right, Monday.
As far as Tri-County goes, Tri-County's having a really good season. They have a really nice record and a good team, and I love that. I love that our final game of the season is going to be some preparation for sectional. So it's a long bus ride. It takes about an hour for us to get down to Tri-County tomorrow night, and we're going to go down there and have a good ball game and hopefully finish out the season with another win, and then hopefully roll right into sectionals. We're playing Pioneer in the first game of sectional Monday night, and there's some history there with that team, and we are ready to get a win at sectional against Pioneer.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming up and talking with us. Huge win for you guys. Really continuing that winning streak, and good luck the rest of the way into sectionals.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Enjoy the bus ride.
Thanks. I appreciate you guys coming here and covering our sport. It's always good for the kids. It's good for the sport of softball, so thank you very much.
No, thank you for your time, Coach. Go get dry. You are soaked right now, and be careful down the stairs.
Dry is not where I thought you were going with that, Mitch.
She is soaked right now. Huge win for the Winamac Lady Warriors. 20-3 was the final. We now have some more work to do. The Stark County Co-op play of the game. Do you have an idea?
You look down this scorebook, and so many of the Lady Warriors were producing. You look at how the final line looks. I think we're going to go back to the first inning. The catcher, the cleanup hitter, Corinne Combs, doubled to right field. Nothing super impressive, but it was a well-hit ball, but it was just a double. But she was the third run to score. She brought in the first run that didn't come in courtesy of an error. That was sort of like the turning point, I think, when they put that many on the runs on the board that early, and you saw that two-base hit, you saw the aggression beginning. In the absence of any particularly stellar standout play tonight, I think it goes to Corinne for that double.
Well, congratulations to Corinne Combs on that double, and that is our Stark County Co-op play of the game. Stay tuned. Our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game is coming up next after this word from our sponsor.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch?
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star. Where's it at, Nathan?
In the Knox Mall.
It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. It's given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School, who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, what are you thinking, Nathan?
You know, again, you look down this scorebook, and so many of these young ladies on the Warriors team could be our player of the game. But I think the Ashley Derrickson player of the game today has to be the Winamac pitcher, the freshman standout, Adriana Hall. She improves to 11-0 on the year as an underclassman. And she held herself to 69 pitches, gave up 3 runs the whole game. It's got to be Adriana.
You're not kidding. It is she. That was her 11th win on the year.
And no losses. That is just...
As a freshman.
Yep.
My gosh. Where is Coach Belcher getting these
Told
girls?
You, it's in the water down there.
Something's in the water there in Winamac as we congratulate.
If I drink more water and fewer and less caffeine,
yeah, you have to bottle
when
it
I'm
for
in
me.
Winamac, I might be a little sharper.
Well, congratulations to Adriana Hall for an outstanding performance on the mound. Did you mention what she did at the plate as well? Didn't she have a hit or so?
She singled and walked twice and scored 3 times.
So I mean, she's not just pitching well. She can swing the bat as well. It looks like.
Yeah.
Well,
at least tonight. Her batting average coming into tonight was not super impressive, but tonight she really dug in there at the plate and made it happen.
Well, congratulations to Adriana Hall, as she is our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. KVB Sports will be back in action tomorrow night for our rescheduled broadcast between the Winamac Warriors and the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays baseball clubs. We will be going live at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. We also remind you to join us each weekend throughout the school year for the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. If you missed the Saturday Sports Line, don't worry. We remind you of the Saturday Sports Line replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Central. Last Saturday Sports Line will be June 1st. Our last athlete of the week will be announced this Saturday. We will be announcing our Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Year on June 1st. So that's what we're working on. We've compiled all of our athletes of the week. We will, of course, announce our last athlete of the week this Saturday. Then myself, along with Harold Welter and Chris McGowan, will get together and decide who our athlete of the year will be. Of course, we'll see what happens, but we will make that announcement.
Pretty strong competition across all of the sports we cover here at WKVI.
It's not easy to do. That's why I'm so glad I still got Harold Welter and, of course, Chris McGowan. We also invite you to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X, formerly Twitter, at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all KVB sports content. Final word from you tonight.
Well, it is just about the end of the regular season, as we discussed with Coach Belcher. sectionals rev up next week, and it is an exciting time for baseball and softball in Indiana.
Yes, it is. Our final in this one saw the Winamac Lady Warriors beat the Culver Lady Cavaliers in HNAC play. 20-3 was the final in 5. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our sports analyst Nathan Orger, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Softball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Culver's Portside Marina, NEPCO, Crane and Equipment Services, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.